Hi everyone, it's Cristina Dougherty with Long and Foster, Cristina Dougherty and Associates, and I am lucky enough to be here with Terry Shank from Prosperity Home Mortgage. We are going to talk about taking the fear out of the mortgage process in three steps to make it a successful process. So Terry, I know you and I have worked together for over 10 years, and you've been at this office for 13, I believe?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't know Terry, a lot of you probably do and have done transactions with Terry and myself. But if not, what is going to help our viewers make the loan process successful? So we want to start with the application. So how do they do an application?
So an application is pretty standard to the industry. It's about a 4-page form that can either be done in person, over the phone, or online, whatever's most convenient for the client. And that's the gathering of employment information, like a 2-year employment history, what assets they have for like bank accounts, retirement, those types of things, where they've lived the last 2 years, and most importantly, well, maybe not most importantly, but pretty critical, we do a credit check. So that's really typically the first step in the mortgage process. It's important.
Well, I was just going to ask, are they then obligated to use you? Tell me about that.
Yeah, we don't charge a fee for that. Most lenders don't. But it's a good question up front to see if there's a cost to do that. For us, there's no cost to do the application and never any type of obligation.
Okay, great. So once they submit the application, it's really important for step 2 that they get you all their supporting documentation, right?
It is. Since the mortgage meltdown, lending has become much more stringent, but it doesn't have to be hard. So the most critical, in my opinion, the most critical step is getting documentation. There's a lot of regulations, there's a lot of documentation needed, and the key is to not take it personally. Everybody has to provide the same items, and if you work with your lender and you do it up front, it's going to avoid a lot of pitfalls. Because what people put on their application doesn't necessarily match up with how we have to calculate income. There can be things on tax returns that a borrower doesn't know to report to the lender. So the documentation, in my opinion, is the most critical step, and I recommend doing it up front with the application.
So the third step, which I think is very critical, and we've had a lot of success with this, is people that have time, they haven't found that perfect house, and the best way, and sometimes they'll find themselves in competing situations, and one of the best ways I find is that if they have gotten the financing out of the way, so they're able to focus on the house that first week. So tell us a little bit about the Buyer's Advantage program.
Yep, so that's a program that's pretty unique to us. Most lenders will take an application and get documentation and issue a pre-approval letter.
Yeah.
That's like the ticket to go out with an agent, make an offer. We actually can take it one step further, where we can take a client's information, their documentation application, and actually submit it to our underwriting team for a full loan review. That typically doesn't happen until you have a property, but we offer it before a client has a property, so there's no surprises during the process while you're actually moving forward with a contract. Again, there's no cost or obligation for that. It's just going to make them more competitive out in the market, because not only they talk to a lender, but an underwriter has actually viewed their whole file.
Okay, so if I'm putting in an offer on a home that has multiple offers, so it is safe to say that I can market this buyer as someone who has been completely vetted and gone through the underwriting process, so they're pretty much completely approved. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So the only thing we'll be missing at that point is an appraisal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to help you not only cut down how many days you have to write in the contract for financing, but, well, actually, that's the big piece.
Yeah.
So most buyers will ask for 21 to 30 days.
Yeah.
If they've already been to the Buyer's Advantage, we can probably cut that down to 7.
Wow.
And it's going to make them same price, same offer against somebody else that's asking for 30 days and you're asking for 7. It's going to put them over the
Yeah, and it doesn't cost the buyer anything, so that's the most important piece. That sounds fabulous.
Yeah, and the key, really the key to that is it takes all the stress out of the process when somebody finds that property.
Yes.
Because things move very quickly then, and people don't want to be thinking about the loan documents. when they're trying to do home inspections.
Yeah, and I want them to be able to focus on the home, focus on the inspection, and not being scrambling for W-2s and, where are all my documents. So it certainly makes my job easier too. So I love it. I think we're a great team. Hopefully that was really helpful information. And if you're looking to buy or sell, please go to our website, www.GetKeyedUp.com. Till next time. Thanks so much, Terry.
My pleasure.